What's up, guys? Classy Metal here. As you can see, the large stack of dollar CDs from Hell's Headbangers is off of the rack. That's what I'm going to be showing to you guys today. Finally getting around to making this video. You're going to have to bear with me on this video. I have a ton of natural light coming in this room, so I'm sure there's going to be some glare issues that I'm dealing with. Still getting used to the new room, still getting used to the new setup. So it's just issues that we'll conquer as time goes on. I will say up front, when I made this purchase, a lot of these CDs did not come in jewel cases. So if you happen to go try to check this sale out and pick some up for yourself, just be advised of that. A lot of them came in these kind of white sleeves with a cardboard backer for the inserts and liner notes. So just be advised of that. There's a chance that the albums that you get will not come in jewel cases. I was a bit disappointed. And the lack of transparency from Hell's Headbangers on this order. I know the CDs were only $1, so I shouldn't complain, but it would have been nice to know up front that I was getting albums that weren't coming in jewel cases, so I could prepare for that. So that being said, some of the jewel cases I show are recycled, and they may not look new, but that's just a thing, just a part of it at this point. I just had to find jewel cases to put these in. I checked this morning, and the sale, there were still CDs going for $1 on the website, so I will link it up and put the website in the description so you guys can go check it out for yourself. Some of these that I got are already sold out. It has been a while since I made this purchase. Some of the CDs are no longer $1 that I made on this purchase as well, so just be advised of that. It looks to be some new stuff on the dollar CD sale that wasn't there when I made mine, so I may make a new one sometime in the future. But as I said, it'll be linked in the description. Enough of that. I'll get into what we've got going here. Quite a bit of black metal in this, but there's a little bit of everything that I'm going to be showing you guys. The first band that I'm going to show is a band out of Athens, Greece. And this is Mortis Caelum, I believe is how you pronounce that. I'm already butchering band names. We just started. This is Macto and Terratum Mundi is the name of this album. As I said, this is black metal out of Greece, and it is just lo-fi, low production black metal. It's on blackmetal.com. I've mentioned blackmetal.com a few times on this channel in the past. It's one of those labels that I tend to find things on there that I either really, really hate or I really, really love. This one kind of falls right in the middle of the spectrum. It's not terrible. It's not something I'll find myself listening to just a ton of the time, but when I'm in the mood for that just low production, lo-fi, grimy, cold black metal, this will scratch that itch. So not a bad release. Definitely glad to have that in the collection now. The next one I'm going to show is another black metal project. This one is what I refer to as a bedroom black metal. This is from a one-man project out of Arizona. This is a Gansmord with Monolithic in Darkness is the name of this. This was released on blackmetal.com, and yeah, I'm not super big on this one. I think it was just a little heavy on the distortion. I think they tried to mask maybe imperfections or lack of experience making music with just too much distortion. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not. I have given it one full listen. Let me scoot up. I'm sorry. I have given it one full listen. I think it will be quite some time before I return to that. It's just not something that I just truly found just super enjoyable. Next up, we have the traditional heavy metal masters. They've had a good run with Hell's Headbangers. This is October 31st with Metal Massacre 31. This is the newest release from October 31st. I think this came out in 2017, maybe 2018. Doesn't have a date on this. This is a album of cover songs. I'm not usually into too many cover albums, but I did find this enjoyable. I love October 31st, and they had some really good takes on some of these bands. There's one that they did a cover for Hallows Eve. I did enjoy that one quite a bit, so definitely check that one out. I've had a hard time finding that anywhere else for the price that I got it for on this, so I was super stoked to see that one on the dollar sale. Next up, we have a band that has members from thousands. It feels like other bands. All the members of this band are in so many other projects. It's ridiculous. I see this band lumped together with Incantation quite a bit. I know one of the members, I think the drummer is in Incantation. I know that there's members from Charred Walls of the Dead. I mean, there's so many bands that interlap with the members in this band. This is a Shed the Skin with We of Scorn. This is the newest release. This came out in 2018, I believe. Great death metal, fantastic death metal. This is one that I will be returning to over and over. I could see myself returning to this one over and over and over. Fantastic stuff out of Cleveland, Ohio. Great death metal. Check that one out. If it's still available for $1, jump on that. I mean, there's no reason not to. Next up, we have Invasive Command with Ride, Invade, Kill, and Conquer. This one is a very fun album. This is a kind of black and thrash type stuff. The back insert is kind of backwards on that. I know they had to have done that on purpose, but as I said, I'm going to be fighting this glare today. This is a fun one. I've spent quite a bit of time with this album already. I know I've given it about 3 or 4 spins. Like the sound clips, the war sound clips, and everything fall into this just so well. Fantastic stuff. As I said, black and thrash out of Philly, war themed, great stuff. If it's still $1, grab it. I just had a pop up. Let me clear that off, and we'll keep on rolling here. Next up, we have some more black metal. This is a band out of Iceland. This is Curse with Slaughter of the Stars. The name of this one almost went blank. This is another blackmetal.com release, and this is one of those blackmetal.com releases that I absolutely love. Fantastic, traditional kind of black metal, great stuff. A lot of Nordic mythology going on in Curse's material. I really dig it. We have another Curse. This is actually a split between Curse and Sickdom. Sickdom is out of Norway. They're kind of melodic black metal, and then you have traditional black metal with Curse. I'm usually not a big fan of split albums, but this one is, I have trouble saying which side I like more on this one. I enjoy both of these bands, so I don't mind this album being split at all. Fantastic stuff. Another blackmetal.com release that I feel like was a home run. This one is very fitting for this time of the year. This is Vanek 2 with Dark Season. This is kind of a horror / monster / Halloween themed speed metal. And I'm usually not the biggest speed metal fan, but this album just, I don't know, it just spoke to me in a way that I wasn't expecting. Kind of hit me just right. And it kind of has the same themes going as Acid Witch. I know Acid Witch has that Halloween season on lockdown with this type music, but Vanek does a fantastic job on this album. This one will be getting quite a bit of repeat play here within the next couple of months because I absolutely loved it. Definitely grab that one as well. I know I'm saying that on a bunch of these, but that one is well worth $1. I feel like I got a steal. I feel like they're coming to lock me up and getting that for $1. All right, next up we have Ashmakrosa, I believe is how you pronounce that. Let me see. Let me get it. I have trouble seeing my screen here. With Incubus Black Metal. This is black metal out of Slovenia. Yeah, sorry. I'm not trying to be an ignorant American, but sometimes that's exactly what I am. Another blackmetal.com release. This band has like 10,000 releases. I mean, it's ridiculous how many releases this band has put out. This has 19 tracks. It is what it is. It's black metal. It's one man black metal. It almost has that basement black metal vibe going on that I was talking about earlier. That one came out. That one's been out a while, 2006. That was kind of a blind grab. Haven't given it a full spin yet, but I enjoyed what I have listened to off of it, and I will just have to make some time in the future to spend a little bit more time with that. Next up, we have a reissue. I think this one is on Shadow Kingdom. Yeah, they do quite a bit of reissues. I don't know where they find these kind of obscure, lost late 80s, early 90s doom, traditional metal. They find this stuff and it's like they just resurrect it out of nowhere. And I'm so glad that they do, because they reissue some albums that I probably never would have heard otherwise. And I absolutely fall in love with so many of them. It is ridiculous. And I'm super glad that Hell's Headbangers does distribution for these albums, because that's another reason I probably would have never found them in the first place. This is Angel of Mercy with the Avatar. This came out in 1987. It's a traditional heavy metal, but at the same time, it's super progressive for the time period that it was in. Early fans of like Judas Priest early material will probably dig this. It's got some like sound clips going on in this as well. It's a 2-disc, and I hadn't even listened to the bonus tracks on disc 2 yet. I've only listened to the actual album on disc 1, so I guess I need to get on the ball with that. But I did enjoy that album immensely. Another one that it'll just snap your neck off. It's so catchy. You get to listen to it and your neck gets to rocking, and then you just before you know it, you're immersed completely into that album. So fantastic stuff on that. Great job Shadow Kingdom for reissuing that, and thank you Hell's Headbangers for the distribution on that. Next up, we have another great one. This is Vault Wraith with Death is Proof of Satan's Power. These guys have a very original sound going on. They somehow are able to mesh traditional sounding heavy metal with black metal. I know that sounds a bit ridiculous. It has a very old school vibe going on to this. I know that probably makes no sense whatsoever, but these guys, I think these guys are out of Missouri also, and this makes me crave more of their music. I have to dip deeper into their discography now, because I was super intrigued with this album. I'm trying to show it. As I said, the glare is not a friend of mine. Very, very dark stuff. I mean, the occult theme is there. No apologies on this album whatsoever, but fantastic stuff. I think a lot of you guys will dig that follow this channel. I got a few. Let me shift. I had some cheat sheets going. I'm still getting back in the swing of things, so just so you know, if you heard the paper, I do have a little cheat sheet going. Just so I have trouble reading some of the albums. Sometimes the names, as you could tell, I stumble on the pronunciation. So sometimes if I write it in my handwriting, it's a little bit easier for me to read. So you know, I was talking about transparency earlier. That's me being transparent with you guys. This is Through the Eyes of Carrion with The Passing. This is black metal out of Utah of all places, and this is pretty good stuff. I was a bit surprised with how much I enjoyed this one. This is another blackmetal.com release. I wasn't expecting great things out of this. It was a blind buy when I got it, and I really dug it. So definitely see myself spending some more time with that one here pretty soon as well. Next up, we have Diabolical Force with Praise of Satan. This is a band out of Brazil, and this is death metal, thrashy death metal, I guess. As you can tell, they have that thrashy, I don't know how well you can see that picture, that has a very thrashy death metal vibe going on from the band members. Fantastic stuff, great stuff. Has a lot of death metal, especially that comes out of Brazil, has a certain sound to it, and now thrash metal also is picking up out of Brazil, and they all have a very distinct sound going on. It's hard to, if you haven't heard it, you probably don't know what I'm talking about. If you have, then you probably know exactly what I'm talking about, and this is no different. Fantastic stuff. This is actually I think this might be their newest release. This came out, I think, a couple years ago, but fantastic stuff on that one as well. I got 3 more, and then we'll be done. Next up, we have Yuval. I guess that's how you pronounce it, with October Turns Ruined. This is a classic right here. This came out in 2006. One man, black metal, very overlooked project. It's one that I had long since forgot about before I picked this up. Been out 13 years, and I'm glad to be revisiting it. I actually got my words out right and then stopped myself. Actually glad to be revisiting it now. Great stuff. A lot of you probably missed this when it came out. I know I missed it when I came out. I had stumbled upon it years later and then forgotten about it. And now I have it back, and it's probably going to stay in some steady rotation because it is that good. Fantastic stuff. Yeah, check that one out. Next up, we have Moloch with Depression of Surtur. Moloch is ambient black metal out of Ukraine. They have this is another one of those bands that have so many releases that it's ridiculous. Most of the stuff that I hear from Moloch, I do enjoy. I think I'm pronouncing that right. It might be Moloch. I don't know. I'm an idiot, but pretty good stuff. Glad to have that in the collection. And then the last one is probably the one that I've spent the most time with since I've had it. This is a Faith Extractor with Proverbial Lambs to the Ultimate Slaughter. Amazing, amazing death metal. And what can I say? I mean, I have another one of their albums, and I need all of their material. I enjoy them, and then I kind of forget about them for a while, and then I hear something else, and I was like, man, I really love this band. Why don't I have more of their stuff? And then then life gets in the way. This jewel case is not the best looking one. This is one that came without a jewel, but fantastic stuff. Great death metal out of Cincinnati. Yeah, I think that, as I said, I think that's their newest release, 2018. I know it hasn't been out very long at all, but fantastic stuff. As I said, they were all $1, and Hell's Headbangers gives media mail shipping as well. Oops, hit my table. So, I mean, it's a steal. I definitely suggest that you guys jump on that. As I said, just be advised, some of them will probably come in these little paper sleeves. At least they put the cardboard backing in there so your inserts don't get bent up and all that good stuff. But I would have appreciated knowing ahead of time that that's how it was going to be arriving. That's all I've got for today. I still have a ton of stuff to show. I don't even know how to tackle going about showing all this stuff, but we'll just climb this mountain one step at a time. Once again, thank you guys. Thank you all for liking, subscribing, all that good stuff. I will link up I haven't been doing it lately, but I will go ahead and link up my Facebook for this channel and my Instagram if you guys want to follow along on that as well. That's all I've got for today. Stay classy, stay metal, and I will see you all very soon, I promise.